Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Civ 6 as Persia. Once again, we enter into the gauntlet where we're trying to survive with a measly 9 science against some absolutely domineering, terrifying, double-digit science right now. Horrendous stuff. The good news is we are in position now here in a turn or two yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab Magnus and reassign him over to New California now. I think getting him established in here is pretty important, so we'll get him established in that city, and we'll be able to do an old chopperoo. I'm sending all these city-state units all over the map, just like auto-exploring, because I don't want to have to deal with micromanaging them, and, you know, I'm not going to have control of them forever, so I don't care what happens to them. I mean, like, auto-explore is basically asking for your unit to get killed by barbarians or something like that, but again, they're not my units, so not my circus, not my guerrilla. We would like to get commercial hubs online. I think I'd like to unlock watermill. I do have I have at least one city on a river that will benefit at least 3 food and a production from a watermill, which is pretty poggers. No cap, Chichen Itza would be crazy in New California. Yeah, it would be really amazing, but here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to think about, okay? Mod check. Who asked? Who asked you? Okay, that's the thing you've got to remember. No, let's not be toxic. Okay, it's just fun to say it. Okay, it's fun to say who asked. No, for sure. Chichen Itza would be amazing in this city. I would have to wait till guilds though. Like, here's the thing: I could build Chichen Itza in here, or I could just I could just chop out 1 million settlers and get my cities sooner. Like, it's always such a hard choice. Ooh, speaking of hard choices, there's definitely a city going over here, because that was not a hard choice. It's like a perfect spot. 2, 3, 4. Potentially cities happening. I think it is about time that we settled Corgi Canal, perhaps. Corgi Canal, incredibly important city to my people. Also, I could settle on Incense. But that does mean it is time to start making our way towards Mausoleum. So I'll get that harbor down, and then if I can get the Mausoleum down, that would feel pretty good. We are now sitting on an envoy, which makes sense because I have the envoy card plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, Singapore. Now, here's a question. I wonder, does that... Do city-states count as foreign civilizations? I imagine they would have to, because that's +2 production per city-state in this city, if I indeed pull that off. So I think what I'll do is I'll grab Amani now that she is fully ready, and put her in Singapore. Boom. This will also explore the map for me. This is the great part of Amani, is you can use her to explore the map by grabbing early suzerainties of low envoy city-states. 2 more turns until Magnus is ready. All gravy. Potentially Paradisa on the hill. It's not a bad Paradisa. It's a very high gold Paradisa, so I'll go ahead and take it. They're not civilizations. They're not major civilizations, but they are individual civilizations. So that's the thing that you have to understand. It really just depends on how the game is, how that bonus is programmed. You know what I mean? It really depends on how that bonus is programmed, because it could be true. It could be true that's the way it works. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Diplomatic League and take back in Urban Planning. Urban Planning is pretty pog. I could also plug in Revelation to get started on a great profit. Plenty of religions are already gone. Might not get a good religion this game. There are 8 players and 8 religions, so that's not too bad. Kind of don't want to unlock more of these yet. Do I care? I could go for currency. I feel like getting the diplomatic quarter is pretty valuable. What do I want to grab here? Nothing is like super important except maybe lumber mill tech. I think unlocking ancient walls, that is worth science. I do need to start thinking a little bit more about boosting. My tech is so low. I need to think about like getting 2 galleys, building ancient walls, building a watermill. Like, speaking of watermill, for sure, I'm going to come into this city and immediately get to work on a watermill. I'll lock in these 2 good food tiles, and then I'll also lock in this production tile. As much as I like this gold and culture, +1 production, I think works out better. Unless I could buy the watermill right now. Boom. Oh, yeah. Actually, buy the watermill. That gives me the production I need. Gives me the food I need. And lets me justify working this a little bit easier. Don't think a granary is worth it. I definitely want to get my holy site now. I may switch in great engine or great points, whatever they're called. You know, the profit. The one who makes money. The profit. The great profit. Does the city still seem reasonable? It looks reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and pick up recorded history. I want that +1 governor title. Seems pretty darn good. I'm going to switch over here to a settler. Now, I'm not getting the full chop value here, but that's okay. It is half a settler per forest chop, so each of these jungle chops will be a quarter of a settler, maybe a little bit less, depending on how the maths works out. I will just pop down another Pyrodisa in here. They're good tiles. They're good tiles, Bront. Like, they're worth it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I can potentially step my way through these guys. Boom. Nice. A little peninsula over here. You guys better be ready to let me know when that volcano erupts. Ooh, warriors. It's time to get a galley, I think. Let's have a look here. Apparently, I have extra ivory. Boom. Buy galley. Boom. +2 era score. Golden age secured. I don't have to think about it. Now I can maybe think about faith a little bit. Maybe. There's a lot of things we could think about here. A lot of things we could think about. Corgi Canal has been settled. A very good city, I might add. Sweden, honored to meet you. Would love to sample your hospitality. Not sure how I met you. Hey, this is crazy. Who are you? 2 food, 2 production tiles in this city are fantastic. It is off of freshwater, so I will be placing a harbour, deleting the harbour out of the construction queue, deleting the pin, and then immediately getting to work on a granary. Always go granary in coastal cities if you want a long-term return on investment. 19 turns for this versus 40 turns for the harbour. This starts to pay off relatively quickly because we will hit our housing cap in 9 turns. In this city, what are we working? I feel like a Pyrodisa here would make the city happier, plus it's also worth quite a bit of gold. I mean, 3 gold, 1 culture is like a pretty good tile improvement in my opinion, especially for a tile we're already working. The food surplus in here is bad, but that's partially because I don't have my harbour. Oh yeah, thank you. Whoops, completely forgot that. Hey, another way to exploit my viewers is just pretend to forget to rename cities and they'll donate bits to remind me. It's like, oh, Potato, you forgot to do the thing. It's like, ha, I know I forgot. Let's harvest out this builder like we're sly foxes, because we are. 170 gold from Christina for incense. Thank you very much. A morally neutral exchange. I can get 210 gold from Tomiris for my diplomatic favor. I will definitely take that. Amtest. You know that saying? It's like, you know, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't fool me again. You know, words to think about, Amtest, okay? Words to think about. I would like a holy site. I think I can maybe justify 1 more settler in here. Boom, boom. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy 3 jungle tiles so we can get into position to potentially shop them. Let's do another Pyrodisa. We're having a moment here where we're just like misclicking all of our builders in the wrong direction. It's fine. We'll get it sorted. Let's go ahead and settle this city. The city of Tarsus has been dropped. I'll make this, you know, a new city to rename. Remember, it's only like 200 bits to rename a city if you want. Or a resub. Twitch Prime also lets you rename a city. Just saying. Or becoming a member. Tarsus is in a good position. I don't think I actually need this builder in this city for a long time, so it's going to walk him away to somewhere else. No room for specialty districts. I'm going to... Man, Tarsus is a tough one. I do feel like the city... Oh my God! That's a campus right there, baby. +5. We are going for the giga yields here. I should probably also start thinking about maybe a preserve. Oh, that's a giga yield preserve. Only on 2 tiles, though. Is that worth? I don't know. Possibly not. We do want to look for the giga yields, if we can. Chad campus. Right there, baby. I do feel like getting the monument here would be a pretty valuable move. It would let me expand my tiles quite a bit quicker. The watermill also... Where does the giga yields part of the stream come from? We're trying to get as high adjacency on districts as possible. And we also want to do preserve stuff, like probably do a little bit of preserve stuff in here. That was our goal. We were trying to make giga yields. We just didn't get the land for it when we rolled. Preserve is always worth it for the memes. Like I want to look for national parks. Over here, potentially, is like if I'm thinking about it, actually, there's like a preserve right there for sure. I feel like a monument in of itself is just a pretty good thing to pick up here. I think it is also time to pick up Pingala. We've kind of delayed Pingala for a very long time. We want Pingala to go into a very nice city. Chippy City. All right, Tarsus, you can be Chippy City. There you go. We got 1 fish boat up for this city. But yeah, the giga yields will come into it a little bit later. We'll see some pretty tasty yields, particularly if we go into this like empire map mode. But for now, the yields are pretty tame. Like the, you know, it's not too amazing, but we will get there. Like we'll get a preserve here. Boom, boom, boom. Possibly another preserve there. We'll do like a, yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. My cities are a bit cramped. It's okay. It's just it's like I have really bad appeal, so it's hard for me to do the giga yields. I had a particular plan. I wanted to do this game, but I think the primordial map just doesn't really allow for it. And I had a really bad war early, so I'm just kind of struggling to achieve the goal that I wanted this game, which was the Giga yield. So we do need to think about how, like, god damn it, it's just like there is an open question here of potentially a holy site right there. This is not a bad holy site. It's +3. Open question for sure. Also ruins a preserve tile, but I don't care about that. We just didn't really get the land for a giga yield game, which makes me kind of sad. But we make it work. Sometimes you go into a game with a concept in your head, and it just doesn't pan out. Okay, this is a city where we could do giga yields because there's not really a lot of blockers in the way. So here's my my mental game. I'm thinking like Paradisa, Park. Or like we could do holy site. Here's the thing: we could do stuff like this, right? We go Paradisa, then in between, like things like holy sites and theater squares. I don't think Paradisa can go on floodplains. Very sadly, has this erupted yet? Is it just gonna sit there and wait? I might have to refund. So Ray is doing okay. Here's the question: do we go for a preserve in here? Because I could do a preserve here, right? Let's say, boom. I just have really awkward land for preserves, man. I feel like I've been screwed out of my Giga yield game. Oh, man, I don't have the land for a preserve. There's no way to make a preserve fit neatly in here. Because the best place for this national park is right here. Because I can go Paradisa, boom. Fully surround this in Paradisas, which is like pretty good. Appeal lens. I mean, there's a national park here. Crazy idea, conquer everyone, then you have all the space you need for parks. That's not true though, because they place a bunch of random ass districts on their tiles and then you don't have like the thing. I think a Highlands map would be better for this for Persia, but I think Primordial is the one you guys chose. So I mean, you guys locked me into this bad decision tree, so I'm just gonna like accept it. I think I will do for sure something akin to this, because that makes this theater square worth 3 extra tourism. Seems pretty worth it. In fact, I'm going to rush a theater square here, then do Paradisas. It's like, they're not the most amazing tiles, but they are worth gold, and gold is king in Civ. Because I could potentially buy like a granary in here and grow this city and stuff like that. Getting to the point now where I don't need to build very basic buildings. I'm making so much gold, and that will continue to skyrocket as soon as I get my harbor or my lighthouse and stuff like that. We are on Chop Patrol. Not a bad Paradisa there. Potentially a theater square here too. Boom, boom, boom. Not bad. Could swap these 2 tiles, although a little bit, I guess, actually theoretically swapping these tiles is better for my appeal. It's better because this becomes a +3. The theater square still doesn't really matter in terms of adjacency. You don't really care about theater square adjacency as Persia because you get all your culture from your Paradisas. So you're more interested in Paradisa adjacency. And then having done this, now that makes me question, where's my entertainment? I have a water park over here, but I need to get an entertainment complex somewhere in this block of cities. And if I'm getting an entertainment complex in this block of cities, you know, there's something to be said for entertainment complex, theater square, like this. And then we'll figure out what we'll put here. Probably a district of some kind, maybe an aqueduct, I don't know. But this has like really satisfying adjacency and gives amenities in the local area, even all the way down to here and potentially even over to this city. This hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my cities with amenities. This hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This hits 6 cities with amenities. This hits 5 cities with amenities. I think those 2 districts would be enough amenities for me. I really want to unlock apprenticeship. I haven't actually built any mines this game. Let's go ahead and get campuses and entertainment complexes. Okay, I'm reaching a point now where I don't know what to do with my builders because I have too many. Let's just hide that. Let's just hide this. Makes my life easier if I can see. Definitely farms over here, probably. You could turn New California Republic's theater into Taco Cheese's preserve. 2, 3. You know what? I could do that. I could put a preserve here. It's a 4-tile preserve. Not a bad move, in all honesty. Certainly interesting. I like it. Yeah, double preserve national park feels like the right move. Harvest. And we'll be able to double harvest next turn and get a settler. And then we have to start, you know, accepting that the city will be kind of useless for a long time. Boom and boom. There's the settler that we were just talking about. Everybody's talking about you, saying you're a nerd. We have our harbor in here. Next turn, I will purchase the lighthouse. We got to immediately get to work on the mausoleum because the mausoleum value in this city is pretty crazy. We got our encampment in for the kids. Let's grab ancient walls because that is a boost. It's worth science. We'll grab ancient walls and for the kids because boosting that will boost me engineering, which is a step closer towards machinery. I'm also going to want to think about my third archer, and I may go for my third archer in this city right here because there's a little bit of overflow production. I'm getting my third archer. I need to start thinking about boosts. Need to really start thinking about boosts, especially because we're going into a golden age. So we need to have like a strong, robust plan for going in there. We are doing locust strats, so we need to think about how we're harvesting. Otherwise, we're not getting value from Magnus. I think Magnus is done in this city and not just on Twitch. So I'm going to send them over to Georgie Canal. I can start doing some massed locust stuff over there. I'll send a builder over. I may even buy a builder with faith in the next couple of turns when I get my golden age, depending on if I go for monumentality or not. As Morbers always says, just always go monumentality because it seems to be what you do every game, Potato. She wants to buy my Diplo Favor. I mean, it's not a good price, but I'll take it. I make so much Diplo Favor, like I'm making 6 per turn. It's an insane amount. There's access to Great Library. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Feeling very good about our position. We definitely want Feudalism. Extra build charges is extremely useful. I'm going to go ahead and promote Pingala with Researcher to try and catch up scientifically. +5 science for the kids. We will also want to get a harbor in here to try to grow this city. I'll place that harbor for now to lock in its price. Any more districts I can lock in? I mean, a +5 campus just feels like a free lock-in, even if it's crushing a forest. I mean, it seems kind of necessary because I moved my builder kind of far away. So we'll just accept that. It was like one of the only two tiles in this city, but that's just the price you got to pay sometimes to make a really cool city. Is the Great Library any good? Maybe I'm just bad at the game. You're probably just bad at... No, I'm just kidding. The Great Library is good in some very specific scenarios where you're going for a culture victory. Because what the Great Library lets you do is it lets you power hard, like you basically go monument first in every city that you get. And then as you're like reaching political philosophy, you go double campus to get recorded history quickly. And then you go for Great Library because it has 2 great works of writing slots. And then you pump hard on great works of writing. Finally repairing that mine. I don't know why you're upset that I'm repairing a mine. Is there like some sort of resource under there that like upsets you? Okay. That's like fine. I have incense to sell, 107 gold from Poland. Yoink, thanks. I got 700 gold in the bank. We come into the capital. We go ahead and purchase the lighthouse. Instantaneously, we'll go from 0 food, 7 housing, all the way up to refresh, 0 foods, 10 housing. But that is quite an upgrade. Plus, potential now exists here for a little bit of a rework of this city. 2 food production. We want to work as many of these high food tiles as possible because we need to grow this city. Growth, after all, is king in some respects, especially when we have so many districts that we need to build in here. Get ourselves a trader. We'll buy that trader, and I'm probably going to use this trader internally to gain a little bit of gold. Sorry, not gold. Culture, science, and food is what I'm looking for from this trader. There's also definitely another locust city to my east here. We grabbed ourselves our 3rd archer, so that is a boost for machinery. We probably want to go like apprenticeship, maybe like mathematics apprenticeship machinery. Boom. That's a nice little neat move, in my opinion. It gives me time to maybe boost a few things. We grabbed our archer in New California. The city is maxed out on housing. It doesn't have negative food. Do I want to start building my theater squares? Now is about the time of the game where I want to start building my theater squares, in all honesty. Like, there's a 13-turn theater square in this city, but that's like culture. I'm also going to go ahead and get started on... Do I want my preserve? I think I go for preserve over anything else, actually, because this is a disgustingly good preserve because it border pops too. I actually think some kind of locust strategy with preserves could be pretty crazy because they count as border pops. So you chop out the preserve and then you have a bunch of extra things to chop. I don't know. I haven't thought that one through fully. It might be a bit of counter synergy in actuality. So we're looking for good food. Now, I think Casa... The Tater is the right city to send this to because it's going to be building a holy site which will give trade routes to the city +1 food. And not only that, when you're thinking of a trader and you're sending it internally, what you really need to think about is like you're basically adding +1 population to the city, right? Because 1 food, 1 production, 3 gold, 1 culture. That's this tile right here. 1 food, 1 production, 3 gold, 1 culture. Think about that. A trader is like having +1 worker you can put anywhere in your empire, or you can send it internationally for lots of gold. So that's a really interesting thing you have to think about traders. Traders are like population you can move around your empire, conceptually. So that's something you should consider as a player. Do I want plantations? I think I harvest the jungle and then place the plant, because bananas give negative appeal. So I harvest the jungle, or the jungle gives negative appeal, but banana doesn't. So I harvest the jungle, then build the plantation on the banana because plantations are pretty worth long term. I'm going to auto-explore this scout. I'm tired of micromanaging him. We are getting a much better idea of how the world looks down here, which is kind of exciting. There's the market. We have market tech now, and we are finally in our golden age. The potential here for an exodus of the evangelists mid-game seems pretty damn strong, considering we can still get a religion. We're about to finish our holy site. So this lines up pretty well with a mid-game religion, and there are enough religions in the game. Only 3 have been taken, but there are 8 potentially, and there are only 8 players in the game. So everyone can get a religion, which is something I really like. Let's have a look at the local religions. There is Catholicism from Poland that I would have to contend with. If I were able to crank out my own religion now, that might be pretty useful. Now, there's something to be said for going for monumentality this game, but I don't have enough faith gain because I didn't go holy sites early. I'm actually might do something really, really weird. Shock and awe. Morbus, stop the presses, okay? I have 3 really good choices here, and I'm not going to take monumentality. Here's the thing. I could go Exodus and get a fast religion, like quote-unquote fast. I could go free inquiry and get an extra boost to my science. I don't think I care about the boost to my science. Pen, brush, and voice seems pretty okay too. I think I'm going to go Exodus here for the religion, because religion seems like a really fun way to play the game. Just seems like a really interesting thing to do. We are going to pick up pastures now. Sorry, we're going to pick up horseback riding, which we never boosted with a pasture, and then immediately go for apprenticeship, because apprenticeship gives you +1 production to mines, as well as access to the industrial zone and the workshop. And we do have at least 1 industrial zone planned here. I will almost certainly be getting an industrial zone down here in this city, and that way I can cover both halves of my empire with some AoE adjacency and stuff like that. Boom, drop the settler, delete this. I also need to start thinking about leveling up the Owls of Minerva, but probably won't be doing that until I have the Gilded Vault, and I start looking at that as an option. Speaking of Gilded Vault, this could be a Gilded Vault city if I so wished. That would be 2 trade routes here and a ton of gold. I am going for a pretty heavy gold game, and then this is also like a pretty decent Paradisa there. I don't have good Paradisa. City, it might just be a gold city. Canal, too. Just have a lot of fun, go for a bunch of canals, connect up a bunch of like empire stuff. Seems like a fun idea. Canal here, connect these 3 bodies of water, and then canal here that connects them up again. And then like, so we have multiple routes. Seems just fun to do canals. Why would you not take free science? You're so behind. Because my build isn't reliant on my science. None of the buildings in here are things that I'm going to be building. So I don't need to unlock them fast. What I'm going for is probably monarchy this game. Yeah, I think I'm going monarchy. Monarchy into Renaissance walls, into military research, and that's how I'll get my science. So what I really need are theater squares in the mid game. Camels feel good, like to improve here for this city. It's a 2 production desert tile. Out of context, that sentence is probably upsetting for some viewers. I don't. This might just be a weird 3 district city. Mansa Mutin. Mansa Mutin, nice to meet you. He's over here up in the north, Timbuktu. Very, very nice to meet you, buddy. I'll send him a delegation. I'll get mutual open borders. And I wonder if I have anything I could sell him. Salt. He will buy salt for 200 or 9 gold. I'll take the 9 gold per turn. I think long-term value on gold right now is pretty good for me. Finally, World Congress time. We're about that point of the game. I feel like trade routes. What are the most common city-states? I wish I could sort this list. We are in a new age, so we do need to think about missions. Looks like culture and gold. So I'm going to go ahead and force the vote. Hashtag. I'm going to say trade cities and pray. Nah, culture might actually be the right move. Culture. I'm going to force the vote on culture. In terms of resources, it looks like truffles are going to get downvoted, which is sad because I have 3 of them. How do I have 3 truffles? Not sure, to be honest. I think I'm getting them from city-states somehow. Who has 3 truffles? This guy? Where? Hold on. Okay, Granada. No, he's got 1. Granada and Singapore, between them, have 3 truffles. So it's very likely that truffles are going to get downvoted here. I will just go ahead and take that L. Let's have a look here. Yeah, pretty much everyone voted truffles as expected. So took the L. Trade city-states. Oh, man, my first instincts. Should have stuck with my first instincts. People chose trade. Upsetting. I mean, that's good for me because I can trade with Venice. And I am a trade civ. Mausoleum is being slow here. Is it because I'm growing a little bit too slow? I think growing in 18 turns is actually a big deal compared to growing in 26. So I will take that growth. We got our holy site in Casa de Tater. Commercial hubs are important. I will take a shrine though. And we're also close to our growth limit. So I'll probably go Granary Shrine Commercial Hub. Seems like a reasonable chain of events. That's a lot of pins, Potato. Well, I mean, like, you know, I can hide them. That's the beauty of the mod. The pin mod. If they're getting in your way, you can just be like, you know what, I don't want to see them anymore. Usually what I do is when I actually place a thing that a pin is meant for, I will actually delete them. And so slowly over time, the game will become a little bit easier to see. Magnus is established. I'm going to just go ahead and quickly harvest this rainforest to finish the granary, use the overflow for a settler. And I think there's definitely a settlement somewhere in this mass of rainforest and stuff. This potentially looks like an area where I can actually do some Giga yield stuff. Like, for example, a preserve right there, 4 improved tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then all I need to do is position a city not adjacent to this tile, and I have access to what looks to be Giga yields. Like perhaps we settled there. Negative loyalty and pretty easy to attack, but also leaves open for the Paradisa here, and then we can do the chain, you know, Theater Square, Commercial Hub, Harbor. This sort of a planned city is very good. Make a nice national park, do some Giga yield stuff, which is kind of our main goal here, is to do the Giga yields. I like it. I kind of want to do a game where I literally only build preserves as America. I might do like a test game soon. Like literally nothing but preserves. I think I want to get a cultural alliance with Scythia. So let's start like, send her 2 gold per turn. Just to sweeten her relationship with me a little bit. Maybe I can get it to go neutral. Boom. And then we'll chop another. Why both a commercial hub and a harbor? I'm getting commercial hub and harbor because I'm playing Owls of Minerva. Owls of Minerva gets the Gilded Vault. Gilded Vault gives you +1 trade route capacity if you have a harbor. So I should actually be prioritizing my banks over my harbors, but harbors are just too good not to prioritize. And I should really look into getting a harbor in Taco Cheese. So that's going to be probably something I choose to do at some point. One of these like hill tiles or something will be a harbor. Yeah, I think I'll leave the bananas. I won't harvest. I might come down here and do a little harvesting. Scythia just declared war on Hong Kong, which is not good. One option I have is to levy their troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, or send them units to protect it. I think I'm going to opt to send. If I levy Hong Kong's troops, I can prevent Scythia from attacking from anything more than 1 tile. Let me go ahead and see if I can get the money to do that. Not before this dies. You harvest there, get me that settler. You're going to come in and try to block a tile too. So they will slowly grind the city down, but I might be able to save it using a careful levy. Let's go ahead and make friends with Mansa Musa. Now, if they lose the swordsman and the spearman, I might not be able to defend the city, but I might be able to buy time. It will make levying cheaper to use like advanced strategies against the AI sometimes, like blocking their units. Let's harvest. I'm going to do a pre-chop. I'm going to clear the granary out of the queue. I'm going to place the theater square. Not place it. I'm going to harvest. Boom. Instead of 49 turns, it's 31 turns. Boom. Clear it. Let that get invested. Okay, I think a unit died here. 460 gold. I could lib. Oh. Really? Now? Like now is when you're settling the city? You've so many options. Now? Now you're settling here. All right, let's do the meme. We levy their military. We're blocking all their tiles. There'll only be 1 tile that they can get through. We got our settler in here. Man, that's devastating. I swear to God, if I don't get over there in time. I know I'm not going to. Pin conspiracy. True. Big pin. Doesn't want you to know. Harbor for sure. We want those trade routes. Time for war. I hope it doesn't come to that, because I actually want to be friends with Scythia. But the nice thing is now they only have 1 single tile that they can attack their city from. So they have been thoroughly blocked. I'm gonna be sad. They're literally settling on the tile that I want. I swear to God, the AI like looks. You know what? This army is like theoretically strong enough to kill these guys. To kill this whole squad here. God, +8 support bonus. Jesus. I should probably switch out of oligarchy. Classical Republic feels like a pretty good transition here. Boom, boom. Classical Republic. There we go. +2 influence points. And Great Prophet plugged in just for now, so we can get that Great Prophet just that little bit quicker. Need 120 Great Prophet points. So it's going to take a good few turns. Boom. She settled it. She settled the exact city that I wanted. I swear to God, dudes, the game doesn't want me to have cool yields. My troops are merely passing by. The fact that you're killing the city-state that I really like. So, yeah, we're just merely passing by. This is going to be a redip. Now I'm just settling this city out of spite. Like, that's what's happening now, right? Like, do you understand that your actions have consequences? Do you? Your actions have consequences. I could do basically the same thing, which is slightly worse. Take it by war? Listen, buddy, okay? Let's do a little assessment. 329 military strength versus 470 military strength. Not bad. I could probably take her. 27 science versus 72 science. Starting to get a little bit more questionable. Let's have a look here. 14 technologies researched. 18 technologies researched. She has triple my science, 4 more technologies, and 50% larger army. Granted, her army is low tech, but the second I declare war on her, she's going to crap out 4 crossbowmen and walk all over my empire and make me cry. We must move our troops away from Scythian border or we'll break our promise. This one unit here? Yeah, okay. That's a helpful UI thing. I mean, I'm just exploring, dude. I'm peacefully exploring. Calm down. I have 3 units on your border. Like, seriously. Boom. Harvest out that harbor. Spite City? Hell yeah. Spite City. That's what we're going to call it. I love it. I love the names. Loving these city names. Really proud of you all. Save that shop for a couple turns. We got a trading post in Kumasi. That's exciting. We got feudalism, so our farms are better. More importantly, we can plug in the builder. Extra +2 builder charge card. It's always a nice one. I'm not making settlers right now, so I'll just plug in caravansaries. Kumasi is a good repeat here. 9 gold, 5 culture, plus we upgrade our level here. Let's take a moment here to appreciate a mod that I'm using, by the way. This is a new UI mod that I haven't done a video on, and it's called Envoy Quests. It tells you exactly what the AI envoys want you to do. So they want me to make a quadrireme and a horseman. I can definitely do quadrireme. Let's grab that. Unlock shipbuilding. Horseman, very doable if I had any horse at all, ever. It's actually, you know, it's funny because our prediction was that there was a horseman where I wanted to build a mausoleum, but it actually just turns out there are no horsemen in my empire whatsoever. There's a horse over here, but the best I can do. Maybe you should keep your units there to piss her off and then she declares war after you scale up. It's not how a culture game works, buddy. Oh, not good. What was I doing? City-state quests. But yeah, this mod is really, really cool. They want, like, 3 different people want me to trigger an inspiration for theology, which is simply found a religion. And I am working on founding a religion. So founding a religion is worth 3 envoys for me. It's pretty damn good. Antananarivo and Singapore want trade routes. Hong Kong wants a great rider. Grenada wants a great prophet. Laventa wants a great admiral. So this is really, really cool. This is super, super amazing mod, and I love it to bits. Can I trade? Let's have a look at city-state trade routes. Can't trade with anyone meaningful. I would need a trading post in Hong Kong to go any further. Could trade with Caguana. Would get me closer to a suzerainty. Doesn't Persia get a bonus for surprise wars? Yes, they do, but it's only movement. And in order for you to use movement to your advantage, generally you have to have a technology advantage or at least parity. She's 4 technologies ahead of me. I don't have a military. I haven't gone production at all this game. I decided not to go production when I saw that I had 0 iron inside my empire. So we're kind of like passively just trying to like dither away at this game. Caguana, yeah. I think I'm going to start building a relationship with Caguana by sending them a trade route that's +1 envoy because I have Elsa Minerva. So I want to unlock theology. I really want to unlock theology, but these guys want me to trigger an inspiration for it. So as much as I want to do that, I'm not going to do that because I want that boost and I only have to wait until I get Songstan Gampo. Okay, I'm going to put an envoy into Caguana because I want the suzerainty. That's an extra +1 diplomatic favor that I can sell to the AI. I'm going to put this galley on auto explore because I don't feel like micromanaging it anymore. Oh, that's right. I need to rename. I will. My people will settle where they please, Scythia. I think I'm going to have a pretty bad relationship with Scythia now. I think that's me and Scythia done, and not just on Twitch. All right, let's go into Backstreet. We'll go ahead and come here. Spite City. Welcome to Spite City. Click. Access to the Grove. Exciting. 12 turns for a Grove that will provide me with not a huge amount here because I can't actually work a lot of these tiles, but it will give +1 food, +1 faith, and I'll probably harvest out a little bit more of this stuff here, and then we'll make it better. We got our monument in Chippy City. I think I go campus now because I almost have the gold now where I can start just buying these basic granary watermill buildings over time. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.